Good morning, everyone. Swiftgal. We're continuing to play Elden Ring. We're doing a little bit more exploration of Leyndell, much to my dismay. So, the area that we are currently in is right outside the Erd Tree Sanctuary, and what we are looking at is actually getting up here. There's an item up there that we're going to need in the near future. And so we are going to be heading up that direction by going out and around up these routes. We're not going to be able to jump straight up here, but now we can kind of see where we're trying to get. There's a chair that's kind of like suspended out in space. We also get a chance to try out our new sword, the Coated Blade. Oh, wait, is this just... Yeah, this is the Queen's Bedchambers up there. I'm not sure why it had me start from here. Oh well. So I think there's a window here, yeah, that we can go in. Bloodstains make me nervous, for obvious reasons. Golden Order Principia. So this is a prayer book, and as devoted followers of the Golden Order, as we are, this is going to give us a bunch of these spells that we don't have yet for the Golden Order, which are all going to scale up with our mask, as well as when we switch over to the Golden Order seal. So that's the first thing. The second thing we're going to do is head back down to the West Capital Rampart. And from here, we're going to be... we're going to have to make this trip twice, but I really just want to get the item from it first, so we're going to do that. So, let's see. I think... Ow. Rude. So one of the cool things with this weapon is that it actually, specifically the skill, bypasses shields. What's that called? The unblockable blade. So it basically gives us kind of like a lightsaber effect where we can just cut through. And that is really neat and especially useful for this area. I just realized I'm in the wrong section. We actually want to start from... Wait, am I wrong? I'm wrong. We can still start here because there is something that I didn't pick up here yet. So we're gonna do... You may remember this as the section with the hands that I went to like a dozen times when I was dying a bunch. And I mentioned during that I was really frustrated that I couldn't find Sites of Grace. And that The site of grace I was looking for was in a church. So this is it. Me can kill this guy. Not before he notices us. Okay. Oh, that feels good. You know, I do really like the Halo Scythe, but the mobility this thing has given me feels really nice, and I feel like it works better with my playstyle. So that's definitely promising. Okay, back to West Capital Ramparts. I just really wanted to get that site of grace. Okay. Where are we trying to go now? Southwest along the balcony. Really? Start at West Capitol Ramparts, head southwest along the balcony to the stone path and upwards to the Colosseum. Okay, that's really not helpful. I mean, I know the Colosseum's over there, so we're just gonna go with that. Don't mind me. So basically, instead of going up the tree route, we're going past it and up these stairs. We're gonna be back here in a little bit. This is actually what we need that Principia book for as well. We can't actually use the spells yet, however, because we haven't done our character build. So this is the point where I'm definitely feeling that damage. That missing damage. That's probably bad. He just threw me through the rocks. Can we run by this guy behind? We can. Awesome. So my guess offhand is that that guy is possibly very strong against Holy. Or just resistant to Holy at all. Which is the one downside with using that sword. Which is why we're picking up some other things and continuing to have Black Flame on hand. Let's see if this is any better. Yeah. That works. There's another one. This is why I'm here. Weird. Friendship ahead.
Continue your reflections, your rhythms. I must be the one to record them. What matters this issue of Radigan, really? The Erd Tree, heart of the Golden Order, lies before our very eyes. Why must these qualms come to you now? We were on the very cusp. Oh, was that you? Sorry, I hardly noticed. I'm a little shaken since the Master ceased his movements.
So we're gonna give him...
This is a volume of incantation. It's good to see your enthusiasm. Indeed, I will happily take it off your hands. That is a work of heresy. Its incantations bear no lineage from the Erd Tree. Very well, I cannot afford to maintain my innocence any longer. I must dirty my hands to test my faith.
Just...
Even if it offers only the most meager of hints. I will do whatever I can to help my master.
I just noticed that the blade of the sword is actually words, which is really cool. Okay, so... we already have that. We don't have Lord's Heal yet, which is a massive heal. Meh. We do not have Radagon's Rings of Light, which is one of the things that we're looking to get. More importantly, we want to get Law of Regression. This is actually how we break him out of his reverie, and we're going to be able to come back here and do that. However, if you look at the requirements for this, it is a 37 faith requirement. Now, that is higher than I would actually like to invest. However, it does have some... we can get close to it without actually going up to it, and then get the rest of the way with a temporary boost through items. The other one here, Radagon's Rings of Light, is 31, both faith and intelligence requirement. And this is what I'm going to be using as the base for my rebuild. It seems to be a very powerful AoE attack. And I think with Discus of Light and Radagon's Rings of Light as kind of our basis, we can build our light-based caster that really fits in with the theme of the Golden Order. Both of these also benefit from our Radiant Gold Mask item, and also...
The Master's reflections had heightened as we neared the Erd Tree, while still a precise calculus. The rhythms grew increasingly wild until he simply ceased. Now the Master is facing quite the puzzle. The Golden Order is founded on the principle that Marika is the one true god. However, the name of Marika's Rhaega's second husband, King Consort Radigan, also appeared. Who exactly was Radigan? The Master is stumped. His finger has remained still ever since Radigan's name was discovered. Curse my mediocre mind. The Master only has me. And here I fail him.
So yeah. Let's see how many runes we can generate quick. Perfect.
Did you need something?
Like Radagon's Rings of Light and Law of Regression. The other item we picked up that I didn't actually mention, which I should have, is the Ritual Shield Talisman. This is a similar effect to when we use the Flask of Wondrous Physic, except it only applies when we're at full health. So the first hit we take is going to do very low damage. Most of the time what this is going to mean is that we can take one extra hit, and then when we do a boost, get our health back up, the next hit will also do very low. So combining this with stuff that potentially boosts our gives us a low regen amount, we can take a very small amount of damage, heal back up, take a very small amount of damage, heal back up, and stay at that mostly high point through most of what we're dealing with. Now this is especially good if we're tanking hits with a shield, which further reduces the damage. So yeah, I think that this is going to be beneficial since we are using this shield, since we're using a relatively heavy shield. It's not the full heavy shield, but it is a relatively heavy shield, and it has good resistances. I think this is a good way to set up our I don't want to go back to the fortified manor, but I'm gonna try because there is another rune here, or not a rune, stone seal? Stone seal. Casting implement. So there's supposed to be a casting implement, and I believe it is right out here, which is where these two guys are waiting for me. I don't know exactly where it is, but I'm guessing that it's going to be a lot easier to get. That did not work. There we go. One down. Oh, the guy was holding it. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay, gravel stone seal. Awesome. It's not a huge deal. It is a pretty minor thing, all things considered, but it is going to be a useful item. Potentially with certain things that we can do. Namely, it is... So a lot of the other things that we've got boost. We have stone seals that boost our various magic. So we've got the Godslayer seal boosts our fire. We've got Golden Order seal now that boosts our holy attacks pretty much. The Gravelstone seal boosts Dragon Cult incantation, and what those are our lightning spells. And I wanted this as just a way to what that is. I wanted this as kind of like a way to round that out, I guess. Just kind of another thing that we can have access to, another thing we have available, another tool in our arsenal. So if we want to switch over to lightning damage for a specific boss that, let's say, is weak to lightning, we can. Next thing, we're going to head to the capital outskirts. So there's an area down here that we haven't been to yet. And it has a specific couple items, one of which I'm wanting to see how it works. I'm not super invested in this one. I'm suspecting that it is going to be one I don't use, but I want to try it. It's another sword that scales with faith. Doesn't scale as well as this one. I really want to see what its skill is and make that decision. So we're going to go ahead and just get our horse back. And basically what we're doing is following along here, and the road actually splits. And there's a path that goes under this bridge. So that's what we're going to be. That is a long drop. Was not expecting that. Okay. So yeah. There. We're just kind of following this along. That's a very large bear. And looking for dungeon. That's it. Oriza Side Tomb. Now, we don't actually have to go through this entire dungeon. Wait, is this what we want? This is not what we want. We want to go down here. We have that one if we need it, I suppose. We want to get over to the other one, which is the Hero's Tomb. That was Torrent, just getting erased. Ow. I don't really want to fight you. I'm trying to just leave you alone. Is that okay? Can we do that? Oh god. Like I said, clearly we found our destination and there's nothing wrong. Oh god. Honestly, this weapon I'm going for is mostly for thematic purposes. It is actually like a Golden Order sword, and that makes me want to grab it so that we can kind of go all in on our build. Even if it isn't as good as some of the other stuff, I want to see, and if it is functional, then I may use it over this coated blade, just so we can have it. I didn't. Yeah, but okay. Those are basilisks, which breathe out pure essence of death. They are charming. And if you stand in their smoke, they will literally just kill you outright. Let's hope that's all there was. Yeah, Golden Epitaph is the weapon in question. Once again, fits into our scaling very well. It's slightly too heavy with where we're at right now, which is slightly troubling because I thought this was the same gear I was going to be using for the most part. I'll have to be careful with that, but switch back over to Arsenal quick. So, Golden Epitaph is kind of a cool golden blade. It has it's a little slower than the coated blade, but not much. Pretty much the same move set, but this is its weapon. And what does that do? Wait a minute, what does that actually do? Last rites. The game isn't gonna tell me, is it? Thank you, help menu, for telling me that this is the name of a skill I can use, without actually telling me what the skill is. Oh my, what the skill does. That is exceedingly frustrating. Like, it doesn't tell you anywhere what it actually does. Is it like on the item menu, maybe? There we go. Raise the epitaph to grant the effect of Sacred Order to yourself. Okay. And I believe Sacred Order is... I'm assuming it's that? Order's Blade? Or similar? So basically it just puts holy damage on itself? That's less good than I was hoping. And unlike the other one, this one actually scales with strength, dex, and faith. But considering we're not planning on raising strength and dex much, that is not great. We're going to keep it at 16 so we can use our shield. That's all I'm going to be pushing towards. This one also does mostly physical damage. It's half and half like the Scythe is. Just fight a regular bear quick. Yeah, this is probably not happening, but I wanted to get it at least and try it out. It is very cool looking and is very thematic with our overall look. So it is winning for fashion souls, if not for effect. But this one having that long range is like shield skipping weapon is very cool. Okay. So we have obtained a couple more items here, and I've talked a little bit about what my plan is. I think at this point what I'm going to do is we're going to head back to Liurnia. I actually have a larval tier. I'm going to test this quick first, because
Thou art thou now assured of thy want to be born anew?
a larval tier is required. Okay.
I would birth thee as a sweeting.
So, here's the plan for before next time, I think. I'm going to figure out where a larval tier is so that we can start working on that. I do have one more item I'm going to be looking to get here. That I think I would like to get before I do that. So I'm going to check where the larval tiers are, see where we can get our hands on one, and then I'm going to we're going to be getting a sword that scales off both intelligence and faith that goes with our other intelligence faith items, just so we've got, I mean, honestly, it's so we have something that doesn't do holy damage, since there are things that are resistant to holy damage, and there are more things that are resistant to holy damage as we go further in the game. A lot of the last bosses are actually strong against holy. So, we're going to wrap up here and grab a larval tier, and we're going to start off next time possibly doing the rebirth and then following it up with a journey through into a kind of nearby area that we haven't explored, namely this western edge over here with the belfries and the manor. So, hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.